Good day, class. We are now in our week 4 of our module, and we are now in module 2 in CBME 101 Operations Management with TQM. So, in our module 2, eh, we'll be discussing about competitiveness and mission and strategies. So in lesson one, competitiveness, there are different concepts that we will be discussing. We'll be discussing about the definition of competitiveness, and then we will go. The next will be discussing about why some organizations fail, and in lesson two, the different mission and strategies. And strategies and tactics. So what are the differences between the two? Um, then we'll be discussing also about the strategy formulation. We'll be focusing more on the SWOT analysis. I just presented to you here the Michael Porter Five Forces model. Ito yun, which is halos same ng SWOT analysis. Pero karamihan ng mga business organizations ginagamit yung tinatawag natin SWOT analysis. Then we also have to discuss about order winner and then order qualifiers. How we will to identify or an order winner and an order qualifier. Then another strategy formulation is what we call environmental scanning. Then our supply chain strategy, sustainability strategy, global strategy. So those are our topics for week 4 in module 2, okay, for lesson 1 and lesson 2. Okay, so now we now continue with our discussions. We now resume. Okay, so let's define about competitiveness. So competitiveness is an important factor in determining whether a company prosper, barely gets by, or fails. Okay, see, this is one of our concept in how be able to be productive in terms of competing with other business organizations. Okay, so competitiveness is how effectively an organization meets the wants and needs of customers relative to others that offer similar goods or services. So ito yon yung so um, it's very normal in our in uh, in our industry, in the business industry, or in any type of organization, there is what we call competitiveness. No? Nag-exist talaga yan. So, probably in different organizations, they consider yung competition as a factor on how they could be able to be more productive and more efficient and more effective in their own type of organization. So business organizations compete through some combination of price. Yes, some of them compete through prices. No? May mas mataas, may mas mababa. Because they try to consider the effect of prices among these certain products. Because customers really wanted to buy a product which is number one, cheap or the price is very low. Number two, in terms of service, yung delivery time. How fast can they be able to deliver the product to the customers? And the last one is yung product or service differentiation. What are those certain factors in product and service differentiation? No? Or yung tinatawag natin product and service variability. Because there are a lot of products that offer, they try to offer certain products with different variabilities, but about differentiation. This one product is different from the other. For example, one example is Uh, yung product differentiation is, for example, in the cellphone, yung Android, and we have also yung sa iOS. So that is the difference between the two. So nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na product differentiation. Yung service differentiation naman, if you try to observe, if you go to Jollibee and McDonald's, mayroon tayong service differentiation nun. Sa McDonald's, meron na tayo yung when you try to go to McDonald's, nag-order na tayo using the uh, yung kayo na mismo nung naglalagay ng order nyo using yung tawag natin doon yung using the computer, no, yung parang malaking tablet doon na pinipindot-pindot mo. That's how they able to use yung tinatawag natin service differentiation. There's a difference between how they able to deliver. Pagpunta ka ng Jollibee, wala silang ganon, no? So that's one part of how would you able to understand or explain about what we call service differentiation. Okay, now we continue. So marketing influences competitiveness in several ways through including identifying the consumer wants and needs, pricing, and advertising and promotion. So, in one aspect of business is what we call marketing. So, they are the ones who try to, I said, influence because number one, they try to promote the product. They are the ones who will try to advertise the product and how they can able to sell the product. So, malaking impluensya ang aspeto ng marketing, no? In the business, the function of marketing, malaking aspeto 'yun because sila yung nagpapakilala ng product natin, no? Sila yung sila yung nagde-determine kung paano nila ibebenta yung product. Sila yung nagsasabi kung ano talaga yung product na yun. So, kung gaano kalaki or gaano kagaling yung marketing function ng isang business organization, that relies on how they able to deliver that certain product or how did they able to influence you to buy that certain product. Kaya minsan, napapansinin natin, karamihan ng mga business organizations, they focus on promotion or advertising. They keep on advertising the product. No? So bakit nila na-advertise yung product? That is one way of saying na parang ini-input nila yung product sa atin na we should be able to know about the certain product. O kung minsan sinasabi nila na kailangan na may pasapuso nila yung may pasapuso ng mga tao ang product natin. Okay. Now, what are those influences? Yung identifying customer wants and needs. That is a basic input in an organization's decision-making process and central to competitiveness. Okay. So first, how we're able to stay competitive. Number one is to identify what's their need, what are the consumer wants, and what are their needs. Number two is yung tinatawag price and quality are key factors in consumer buying decisions. Will I buy this product because it is very cheap? Will I buy this product because of its quality? It is expensive but the quality is high also. Uh, So the decision making, now, why do we able to buy that certain product? It is important to understand the trade-off decision consumers make between price and quality. Ano yung trade-off decision consumers na sinasabi natin? It's about the when the price is low, no? When the price is low, certainly the quality of the product is low. When the price is high, certainly the product quality is high. So yun yung tinatawag natin trade-off decision. You want to buy the product because it is cheap. Ano yung trade-off nun? The quality is low. Okay, that is yung trade-off decision. Next, advertising and promotion are ways organizations can inform potential customers about features of their products or services. And that's the way also for them to attract the buyers. So they try to advertise and promote the product. Okay. Now, on the aspect of our operations function, it has a major influence on competitiveness. Okay? Through product and service design, cost, location, quality, response time, flexibility, inventory, and supply chain management and service. Many of these are interrelated. Many of these are interrelated. Okay. So under operations function, okay, ang influence ng competitiveness is focusing on the effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity of a business organization. How can they able to be productive? How many products can they be able to produce in a certain period? Okay, that's one of our context of what we call on the operations function. Now, product and service design. Okay, product and service design. What is design? The design in terms of product, in terms of the goods. Okay, how can be able to use that certain product. So, for example, in different cell phones, they introduce the touch screen. Nung yung touch screen na noon, pinapalaki yung screen, pinapanipis yung product. That's on what we call product design. No? Kung ano yung itsura. Those what we call specifications of the product. In terms of service design, service design is how can we able to deliver the product on what how can we able to get the product, or how would we able to take the uh, customers preferences, and how could we able to deliver the product. Okay? That's on what we call product and service design. Okay. Next is on what we call cost. Okay, cost of an organization's output is a key variable that affects pricing decisions and profits. Okay, when we discuss about cost, okay, cost on of organization's output is a key variable that affects pricing decisions and profits. Cost is the expenses that you incur in producing the product. No, yung expenses pa lang nun, the product cost. Okay? Ilan yung nagastos mo in producing that product. Now, pricing is different. Cost pa lang yun, yung nagastos mo. When you say pricing, yung ang pricing mo kasi, yun yung isang basis mo. Yung basis mo, yung cost, yung production cost is your own basis for you to create your own price in order for you to um, make uh, make decisions in how much will I offer this product for sale. That's price. No? Nagdadagdag ka ng markup price to determine yung tinatawag na price. So, cost reductions effort are generally ongoing in business organizations. Yes. They try to find a way that they may be cost effective in terms of producing a product. Maraming factor. They try to get raw materials that are cheap, and so that it will that is a cost reduction effort, bababa yung tinatawag natin production cost. Okay. Okay. Productivity is an important determinant of cost. Organizations with higher productivity rates than their competitors have a competitive cost advantage. Yes. A company may outsource a portion of its operation to achieve lower cost, higher productivity, or better quality. So, ano yung ginagawa ng ng other companies? Imbes na sila yung gagawa, madaming gagastusin nila, ipapakontrata nila sa iba. Pag pinakontrata sa iba yon at a lower cost, at a lower productivity, no, mas mataas yung productivity rate nila kasi there are two options na gumagawa ng product. After magawa ng dalawang options na, mas mabilis yung delivery of the product. So, that's one factor, yung cost. Okay. Next is what we call location. Location can be an important terms of cost and convenience for customers. Okay. So location near inputs can result in lower input cost. Location near markets can result in lower transportation costs and quicker delivery times. Convenient location is particularly important to retail sector. So there are instances that location has been a big factor in terms of the delivery of the products and in terms of producing the products. Number one, when we try to produce a product, you always see to it and find out that hmm, the location of your raw materials are near to the business organization. That can lower your transportation costs. Kaya karamihan, hindi na sila bumibili ng mga raw materials outside of their location, dun sa mas malapit na lang. Uh, Para yung in terms of costing, mas mababa. And the delivery of the product is more faster. Okay? What else? For example, yung sa Jollibee. Sa Jollibee meron silang commissary. Nagpo-produce yung commissary na yun, dun sila nagpo-produce ng mga products nila. No? Then iisa na lang ang nagpo-produce ng product nila. Then ang ginagawa nila is dinedeliver nila sa different Jollibee stores. In Ilocos, in Ilocos, ang hindi dinedeliver ng commissary sa Metro Manila, ang hindi nila dinedeliver sa Ilocos is um, yung bread, the bread itself. Ang ginagawa nila, kasi pag ang ginagawa nila, mayroon silang accredited bake shop near Ilocos that caters to the need of Jollibee stores in Ilocos. But same quality na mayroon na pinoproduce ng Metro Manila. Okay? Alam niyo yung Baker's PH. Sila yung gumagawa ng um, burger buns, mga burger buns ng Jollibee na dinedeliver dito sa Ilocos. Ang pino-consider nila doon is yung freshness of the product. No? Kasi pag galing pa sa Manila, mapupunta dito sa Ilocos, mas malayo, mas matagal, hindi ganoon ka-fresh yung product. Ah, so, ang ginagawa nila, yung mas malapit dito sa Ilocos na pwedeng makapag-deliver ng product to keep its freshness, no? So that they still maintain the quality, no? They can still maintain the quality of the product. Okay. Then fourth one is quality refers to materials, workmanship, design, and service. Consumers judge quality in terms of how well they think a product or service will satisfy its intended purposes. Ganun yung factor. So, kino-consider din na natin yan as part of what we call competition, the quality itself. Okay. Then, quick response. Ito yung sinasabi natin. Quick response, ito yung sinasabi natin agility. Same also with flexibility. Agility yan. How fast can you able to change or how fast can you able to uh, respond to these certain changes. Yung tinatawag na quick response. Gaano ka ba kabilis? Okay, that's how you're able to stay competitive. Then the next one is what we call inventory management. In inventory management can be a competitive advantage by effectively matching supplies of goods with demand. Ano yung ibig sabihin nyo? Dinedetermine mo yung stocks na available, no, the availability of your stocks in your own business organization, in your own business. Na do these certain products are still in demand to the market, no? So karamihan, ang ginagawa nila is if these products are not already intended for the market, hindi na gusto ng mga market, ano yung ginagawa nila? Okay, mako na laing nga malako, they put it on sale. Kaya nagkakaroon ng inventory sale. Rene-replenish nila yung mga old stocks with new stocks. Sayang din. Tulad nung last week, 'di ba, nagkaroon ng sale ang pen shop. That is one strategy that is one strategy also to gain competition or to gain competitive advantage of stay competitive to the other market na nagkakaroon sila ng sale as part of number one, replenishing the old stock para makapag-order ulit sila ng bago or stagnant na yung stock na yon because of the pandemic. So ang nangyayari, imbes na magiging zero ang productivity nila, ibebenta pa rin nila at a low cost. So that mayroon pa rin silang income despite the loss that they occurred during the pandemic. Pero yun, nakikita nila na mas madami pa rin pumupunta na mas madami rin pa rin pumupunta ng mga customers nila dun sa business organizations na yun. Okay? So, yun yung strategy ng natawag natin inventory management. Okay. The next one is supply chain management. It involves coordinating internal and external operations to achieve timely and cost-effective delivery of goods throughout the system. Yung na-identify mo ngayon yung mga suppliers mo. Where and how can they able to deliver that certain materials to your business organizations at a certain time, how fast can they deliver, and a cost-effective delivery. Yung cost-effective delivery is yung sa cost ng transportation. Okay. Service. Okay. How service might involve after-sale activities customers perceive as value added, such as delivery, setup, warranty work, and technical support. For example, when you always try to buy appliances, ano yung unang tinatanong ninyo? Yung warranty. How how many months, how many years yung warranty ng product? Because baka masira, kailangan din natin ng warranty. Okay, ano yung warranty? Yun yung tinatawag natin after sales activities. Okay. Kung nasira yung product, are they going to change the product uh, as that certain component of the product is destroyed or got used up? That is what we call service after sale activities. Okay. Yung service quality can be a key differentiator and it's one of that's often sustainable. Moreover, business rated highly by their customers for service quality tend to be more profitable and grow faster than business that are not rated highly. Yung service quality is when they try to check the uh, business organizations in terms of how they able to deliver the product. Okay, yun yung nakikita natin na uh, sustainability and rin-rate natin ng mataas. For example, kung minsan may sa mga online shops, yung nagpapa-legit check, okay? Na-identify nila kung this certain person is legit, okay? Or sa doon sa Lazada or sa Shopee, dinedetermine mo kung ilang stars ang meron siya. Kung 5 stars, 4 stars yung service quality nila. That's how they able to rate. Pag makita mong mataas yung rating niya, ano yung unang napapansin nyo? Ano yung unang pumupunta sa isip nyo? So, definitely, naisip mo that you trust that certain business organization. So, when they rate them high, no, naging kampante ka na bumili na bumili ng bumili ng product dun sa business organizations na yun. Okay. And the last one, in terms of competition, tinitignan din natin yung managers and workers. Okay? Because they are the people at the heart and soul of an organization. And if they are competent and motivated, they can provide a distinct competitive edge by their skills and ideas that they create. So, isang factor pa rin yung managers and workers, especially yung workers, no? Do they do they consider the business organizations as um, an institution for them to that they an institution for them that they can be able to develop a trust for the organizations, no? Kasi yun rin ang yun rin yung isang kino-consider natin. Okay, so those are the different influences on the operations function on how they could be able to stay competitive. Okay, so Ken, I reiterate, if you have any questions, no, for this certain topic, just comment it in the comment section of our week 4 so that we could make and we could reinforce them. We could reinforce them. I could explain them in our following meetings, uh, in our next meetings, so that mas mabilis yung mas mabilis yung flow ng delivery of the instruction. Okay. Now we go to why some organizations fail. So ito yung factor na kino-consider natin. Okay. Why some organizations fail. Okay, so organizations fail or perform poorly for a variety of reasons. Okay. Being aware of those reasons can help managers avoid making similar mistakes. So number one is yung neglecting operations strategy. Okay. So what they do not focus or kinakalimutan nila yung operations strategy. Okay? Yung operations strategy na yan, what are those steps you are going to do in order to attain a certain vision or attain a certain objective. Okay. Then next, failing to take advantage of strengths and opportunities. Okay. So, pag alam mong if you have the certain strengths and opportunities, they do not try to consider it. They do parang binabaliwala nila. They fail to take advantage, no? Hindi nila tinetake advantage yung strength nila. For example, knowledgeable yung isang empleyado nila with this certain, in terms of marketing. Hindi nila ginagamit yung tao. They take it for granted. Gaputa, bata yung tao or he or she is young, wala pag experience, pero may talino siya in terms of marketing kada pa. They do not take advantage. That is a strength within the organizations. And those business opportunities. Okay. Later on, we'll be trying to discuss in this certain topic yung tinatawag natin SWOT analysis. Kung ano ba ang strength, ano bang opportunities, ano ba ang threats, tsaka ano ba yung weaknesses. Okay. Okay, next, putting too much emphasis on the short-term financial performance at the expense of research and development. Ibig sabihin, nagfo-focus ka lang sa short-term performance yung gusto mo, nagiging profitable ka na within 6 months, nagiging profitable ka na within 1 year. Dapat we should focus on a long-term financial performance. Pag nagla-long-term financial performance ka, you'll be able to conduct certain research and development. Nagka-conduct ka, nag-identify ka kung paano ka mag improve ng mga product mo, paano ka mag innovate, no? Kasi pag nag-short term financial performance ka, you only stick with your own product, what is existing, and you do not want to improve. So pag short term financial, ang gusto mo, kailangan return mo yung ROI mo, makuha mo yung return of investment mo within 6 months or 1 year, parang tanong, basta makita mo lang na profitable ka, ganun yung kino-consider mo. And you do not consider on developing your product or improving your system. So, ang nangyayari, nagfe-fail sila. No? Nagfe-fail sila because they cannot cope up with the competition that is existing in the market. Okay? Placing too much emphasis on product and service design and not enough on process design and improvement. Nagpo-focus sila doon sa product, no? Doon sa specifications of the product itself, no? They focus too much on the product and they focus too much on the service they offer. No? They do not focus on how they can able to improve their certain process, how they able to improve their services. Okay, for example, yung product mo, yung itsura ng product mo, for example, cellphone. Nag-i-stick ka na lang dun kasi alam mo na ganun yung itsura ng gusto ng mga tao. Hindi kasi ang mangyayari, ang mangyayari, sinasabi ko nga, ang mga tao ay insatiable. Madalas na nga mauma, mabilis silang maumay. Pag mabilis silang maumay, ang trend na ngayon ay gusto nila ng bago. So kung pag gusto nila ng bago, anong nangyayari, try to if you do not try to improve, ang magiging problema is you fail, okay? You cannot be able to compete with others, and if you're never able to compete with others, nababangkrut yung business mo. Okay? Next is neglecting investment in capital and human resources. Okay? In terms of you investing in human resources, you need to let your workers improve also. How can you able to improve your workers? No? You let them experience training to different aspects of mode of learning. No? Pinapatrain mo lang, pinapaseminar mo sila for them to improve, no? Nagkakanap ka ng in-service training, no? Baka may mga bago na setup or may mga bagong strategy in terms of delivering that of service. Okay? Investments in capital. Uh, Hindi ka nag-invest again in such a way to your product para ma-increase yung profitability or productivity ng business. Number six, failing to establish good internal communications and cooperation among different functional areas. Okay. Yung hindi nag-uusap-usap sa loob ng business organizations that might cause failure to your business market. Okay. Yung ang nagiging problema kasi pag kinikimkim mo yung isang concern mo, you cannot be able to develop a good friendship or camaraderie within that certain concept. Ang mangyayari is maapektuhan yung productivity ng organization. So pag naapektuhan yung productivity ng organization, that factor that may consider to fail ng yung hindi ka papatang kabutahan kayo magpapatang hindi na naging profitable yung um, working environment, na hindi gumaganda yung working environment niyo, that will affect the business organization. Then seven, failing to consider customer wants and needs. That's the very basic in business organizations. You first try to identify or consider yung gusto at kailangan ng mga tao, no? So, ipag identify mo yung gusto at nakuha mo yung kailangan nila, now you can able to produce the product and deliver that certain goods or services to them. Okay? So it says here, the key to successfully competing is to determine what customers want and then directing efforts toward meeting or even exceeding customer expectations. Okay, so na-identify mo kung ano yung gusto mo, tapos dinideliver mo yung product, no-produce mo yung product in order to exceed their expectations. Okay, so two basic issues must be addressed. Okay, what are those? What do the customers want? which items on the preceding list of the ways business will compete are important to customers. Na-identify mo kung ano yung mga gusto nila. And then the second is, what is the best way to satisfy those wants? So, operations must work with marketing function to obtain information on the relative importance of the various items to each major customer or target market. Understanding competitive issues can help managers develop successful strategies. Yun yung concept. Since marketing will go to the grassroots level to identify kung ano yung mga needs ng mga tao, then at this certain point, they will try to give the certain information to operations so that they will know what are those products that we need to produce. Then, for us to be able to create a strategy develop a successful strategy for us to be able to satisfy our customers. So that's how we can able to help our business organizations not to fail. Okay. So that's the very basic concept. Okay, so now we go to our next topic, mission and strategies. Okay, so identifying what is our mission. Okay. So it says here, missions vary from organization to organization depending on the nature of their business. A mission statement serves as the basis for organizational goals, which provide more detail and describe the scope of the mission. So, for a business organization, the mission statement should answer the question, what business are we in? Yeah, so, when we say organization's mission is the reason for existing. Its existence, it is expressed in its mission statement. Okay. So, the mission and goals often relate to how an organization wants to be perceived by the general public and by its employees, suppliers, and customers. Okay, so, mission. How can we able to deliver the goods? Okay. How can we satisfy them? Those are those can be a basis for your mission statement in terms of your organization's mission. Okay, in developing your own mission. Okay. So in goals, goals serve as a foundation for the development of organizational strategies. This in turn provide the basis for strategies and tactics of the functional units of the organization. Okay. So it can be, what are your objectives? What do you want to attain? Can be what do you want to attain eh, of your business? No? Ano yung gusto mo mangyari? Okay. So, in terms of mission and your goals, yung strategies naman is what are those activities for you to attain your organizational goals. So, ito yung sinasabi natin organizational strategy. Okay? So, yung organizational strategy. So, the things that you need to do to attain your goal and for you to deliver your own mission to the community. Okay? So, these three no, these three goes hand in hand. Your mission, your goal, and your strategy. Okay. In different aspect, in different concept, it can be the mission, your objectives, your goals and objectives, and your strategies. So, this should be in conceptualizing your organization's mission for your mission statement. Your basis would be ito yung your basic question would be, what business are we in? Okay? So, we need to focus on these three basic business strategies. Number one, low cost, responsiveness, and your differentiation from other competitors. Okay? So, low cost, how can you be cost efficient? Okay? Uh, how can yung response how agile are you to respond to these certain demands of this certain business or these certain customers, and your uh, differentiation from these competitors. So responsiveness relates to the ability to respond to changing demands, yung tinatawag nating agility. Then the differentiation can relate to product or service features, quality, reputation, or customer service. Some organizations focus on single strategy, while others employ a combination of strategies. So, um, what are other forms of activities or service features that you can attain or you can develop in order to deliver these certain products and deliver this certain type of services for you to be able to satisfy your customers. Okay? So that's what we call differentiation. In other terms, tinatawag na, yung in our first topic, tinatawag natin siyang variability. Okay? Variations. Yung tinatawag natin differentiation. Okay? What are those different types of variations or differentiation variations that you need to do, no? Kasi paiba-iba yun din yung strategy nila. Okay? So, that's one of the focus yung tinatawag nating business strategies. Okay? So, in strategies, we have a note here. It says here, if you think of goals as destination, then strategies are the roadmaps for reaching the destinations. Yung mga minute details that we need to do for us to be able to attain our goals. So, strategies provide focus for decision making. Generally speaking, organizations have overall strategies called organizational strategies, which relate to the entire organization. They also have functional strategies, which relate to each of the functional areas of the organization. For example, business organization. What are the three functions that we have? Operations, marketing, and the finance. Tama? If we combine, if we have the different functional strategy, we have the functional strategy of operation, we have the functional strategy of marketing, and another functional strategy of finance. And if we combine all those certain strategies, of those three strategies of the functional strategies, we can develop what we call organizational strategy. Oh, the combination of the three functional strategies, yung tatlong functional strategy, pag kinombine mo lahat yun, kino-consider na natin siyang organizational strategy. Okay? The functional strategies should support the overall strategies of the organization, just as the organizational strategies should support the goals and mission of the organization. Okay? There are different aspect in developing your own strategy. Meron tayong tinatawag na top to bottom strategy whereby the upper management determines the goals and your objectives, no, of the organization. Then from that certain goals, objectives, and the mission of the organization, you develop your own strategy from top to bottom pababa. Meron naman yung isa, yung tinatawag natin bottom to up. Manggagaling yung strategies nila sa baba, kinukumpol yung binubuo yung organizational strategies. Pag nabuo yung organizational strategies, then ma-identify na natin kung ano yung mga goals and mission of the organization. That's how we'll be able to strategize. Okay? So, that is what we call strategies. Okay, so activities, the concept of the activities, strategies, is the concept of activities involved in attaining our certain goals and objectives. Now, tactics are the methods and actions used to accomplish a strategy. They are more specific than strategies and they provide guidance and direction for carrying out actual operations which need the most specific and detailed plans and decision making in an organization. Yung tactics yung pinaka-minute. pinakamaliit na bagay na ginagawa natin that will justify the existence of our strategy. Ngari, strategy natin, yung strategy natin to produce a product that this certain customers needed in order for them to be satisfied. Okay? Yun yung strategy mo, magbenta ka ng product. Ay gumawa ka ng product. Now, paano mo ngayon gagawin yung product na yun for them to be satisfied? Yun yung mga tactics, ano yung methods mo. Ano yung mga methods mo? Baka kailangan mo ng mga materials na magaganda to create a good product for them to be satisfied. Okay? That's what we want. You might think of tactics as the how-to part of the process, how to reach the destination following the strategy roadmap and operations as the actual doing part of the process. Okay. Much of this manual deal with tactical operations. It should be apparent that the overall relationship that exists from mission down to actual operations is hierarchical. This is illustrated below. A simple example, ito yun. Okay, ito yung tinatawag kong kanina na top to bottom. Okay, mission, na-identify yung mission through your organizational goals. From your organizational goals to your functional goals. Ito yung from yung functional goals, your different finance strategies, marketing strategies, operation strategies, then your different tactics. For example, operations strategies. For us to be able to to be functional, ano yung focus natin? Operation strategies. Kailangan natin maging efficient, effective, and productive. So, for us to be productive, ano yung gagawin natin? That is yung tactics. Sa tactics na yun, ano yung mga malilit na bagay na gagawin natin to be more productive? Number one, mag-identify tayo ng for example, acquiring or procurement of equipments, okay, to produce more products. That is tactics. To produce more products, that's being productive and to be more effective. Kasi na mataas na yung quality pag may kasi kung minsan may machine ka, okay, uniformity of input, uniformity of output, is may sa picture na kasi machine ang nangyayari, nagiging effective. Uh, Pag nagiging effective, nagiging efficient ka. That's what we call our operational strategies. So, yung mga tactics, ano yung mga kailangan mong gawin para ma-attain mo yun. Procurement, okay? Pag gusto mong maging productive, you train your men to do this work for them to be more productive. That is the difference between strategic and what we call tactical. Okay, so here are some examples of different strategies an organization might choose from. Number one, low cost. Okay, scale-based strategies, use of capital intensive methods to achieve high volume and low unit costs. High output volume and low unit cost. Paano? Ano yung scale-based strategies? Karamihan ang ginagamit nila is, yun nga, nag-acquire sila or what we call nagpo-purchase sila ng equipments. Okay? Kasi yung equipments, kasi machine, mas mabilis makatapos, mas madami ang kanyang natatapos. Pag madami ang kanyang natatapos, okay, low unit cost, kukunti na lang yung babayaran. Kasi lang kung repair, skill-based strategy on that certain period. Okay, focus on being productive. Okay, high output volume, mas madami yung natatapos mo. Nag-repair ka. Yung basit ti magastom apay, agrenta ka laeng. Compared de jay, gusar gati kumpay, nagapit, ado dagiti tao nga sweldo nga mangkwa, nababa pa iti output volume mo, nabababa, nabumbundog. Okay. Specialization, focus on narrow product lines or limited service to achieve higher quality. No anya laing ti for example, ano anya laing ti paglaingan na DG business organizations mo, DG lang ti specialize yun. Do not introduce tapno hanggang nga maparigatan. Another aspect also is yung tinatawag natin newness. Focus on innovation to create new products and services. Next is flexible operations. Okay? Flexible operations. For example, in this certain concept, meat producer ka. Nagpo-produce ka ng longganisa, nagpo-produce ka ng bagnet. Okay? In flexible operations, nakikita mo na mas mataas ang productivity mo sa longganisa. No? Flexible, yung mga magagamit mo sa bagnet, baka pwede mong ilagay sa longganisa, i, i kino-convert mo yung operations mo, nagiging flexible ka. How can you able to adjust to this certain type of operations? Okay. High quality, kaya alam na natin yun. Service, focus on various aspect of service. Okay. And sustainability. So these are the different strategies that we have in our that can be integrated to our organization. Some okay. Now okay, from these strategies, ano yung yung mga gagawin mo for you to be able to attain low cost? Yung mga gagawin mo na yun, that is considered tactics. Okay? Scale-based strategies, yun. Use capital intensive. What are those? Yung capital intensive methods na gagawin mo, are what we call tactics. So, ito yung strategy mo to be for your business organizations. Ito yon. Ito yon. Now, yung mga gagawin mo, what your activities na i-consider mo na gagawin in order to attain yung pagka-low-cost na low-cost strategy mo, yung gagawin actions na yun is considered natin tactics. Okay? That is the example of strategy and what we call tactics. Okay. Some organizations will combine two or more of these or other approaches in their strategy. However, unless they are careful, they risk losing focus and not achieving advantage in any category. No. Yung strategy mo can be pwede mo pagsabay-sabayin lahat 'yan. Pwede rin yung isa lang ang focus mo sa business organizations mo in order for you to achieve a higher impact or higher input or output to your business organization. Okay. Generally speaking, strategy formulation takes into account the way organizations compete and a particular organization's assessment of its own strengths and weakness in order to take advantage of its core competencies. Okay, this is special attributes or abilities possessed by an organization that give what we call competitive advantage or competitive edge. So what are those core competencies? Ito yun. Okay. Core competencies. Cost, quality, time, and flexibility. Okay. So you can in your own strategy, okay, pwedeng mag-focus ka on cost and quality. For example, low cost, high quality, or high cost or high quality. Can be time and flexibility. Ito rin yung pwede rin itong magiging strategy mo. Okay? So, business organization based their competencies on the following. So, karamihan apat yan. To be competitive also. Okay? Says here, marketing and operations work closely to match customer needs with operations capabilities. Competitor competencies are important for several reasons. For example, if a competitor is able to supply high quality products, it may be necessary to meet that high quality as a baseline. Okay, for example, ito, nag-focus siya sa high quality mga products. Okay, example, uh, si Apple tsaka si Samsung, nag-produce sila ng mga product which are high quality. Okay? High quality based on standard level. Now, si Vivo tsaka si Oppo, okay, for them, mag-introduce sila ng ano yung focus nila? Cost, mas mababa. Pero ano yung trade-off ni Oppo tsaka Vivo sa cost? Mababa. Pero ano yung trade-off niya? Sa quality. Pag mababa, mas mababang quality. Eh si Samsung naman niya si Apple, nag-base siya sa core competencies niya sa quality. Ano yung trade-off? Mas mataas na costing. So yun yung tinatawag natin core competencies in terms of yung strategy niya. Nag-focus siya sa strategy in terms of the delivery of the product. Okay? Also, time can be in terms of service. Okay? In terms of service, based on the responsiveness and the delivery of the product. Okay? Gano'ng kabilis. Okay? Kasi may nagfo-focus din naman sa quality and time. Okay? Nabayag nila, matagal nilang dine-deliver yung product kasi nagfo-focus din sila sa quality. Ganun din. Okay? Napaspas nga malpas, nababa may quality. Okay? Matagal na matapos na gawin yung isang product, pero mataas naman yung quality. Okay? Those are core competencies. Okay? So, that is the focus of what we call strategies and tactics. Okay, so we have just finished with the business organizations basing their activities on their core competencies. Okay. So this end the first part of our video. I'll be sending you later on the additional topics on strategy formulation and the other aspect of SWOT analysis, order winners, environmental scanning, supply chain strategy, sustainability strategy, and global strategy. Once again, no, if there are any questions in our topic in this video, please comment it on the comment section, and we shall try to answer those questions in our next meeting. Okay, so good day and God bless.